All right, morning everyone. I don't know what to think, seeing the sunshine 2 mornings in a row. But anyway, we're out here checking traps. Get down here and get everything checked. We got set here at the pond yesterday. I already been to the other big pond where we had the beaver caught yesterday, and everything was exactly like we had left it yesterday, except for maybe the water had gone down just a little bit more. But yeah, let's step down here, and snare's still hanging right there like we left it. Get in here and check this 330 that we put in this bank hole, and it looks like it's still set too, guys. None of the sticks are disturbed there. Yep. The jaws are both still touching, so let's keep on moving up here and check this drowning rod. Step over here and we'll check this 330 here. And it's still up too, guys. It's still set just like we left it, so nothing happened here either. He's back down here where we lost the trap at, and see if maybe we pick something up in that ditch down there. I'll check back in with you guys here in a second. All right, guys, now you can tell how much the water's dropped down a good, I don't know, 3.5, 4 inches. You can see that 330 sticking out of that hole over here. We're gonna climb down here. This one we didn't reset. Because there was no defined trail there to set on. I still really don't see a defined trail. We're catching the beaver out here, so they may not come back and make a crossover. They're gonna cross in this lower part right here somewhere, so we may take this 330 we got, try to set it up with this water flowing off down this bank, and then just kind of define a run on this bottom end. And nothing else, maybe we can pick up some muskrats or an otter if an otter comes through there. And we got our 330 we had over here in this run, but the water shifted everything now. So looking at this dam, we think the easiest cross point is going to be the low point in it where the water's running. And I just come in here and created a little channel, a little path for them to take, the path of least resistance. And in front of that path, I placed my trap. So any other otter, anything comes through here, will come across that dam. All right, guys, so here's where I lost the trap at, and since yesterday you can tell we had a visitor up here. You guys look at those tracks there and tell me what kind of animal visited up here last night, and that's going to tell us a whole lot of what we need to know about the animal we're trying to catch in here. So you guys look at him, and he spent quite a bit of time up here. You can tell where he come up, turned around, come back down. So we know there was an animal here. If we can identify those tracks, then we identify that animal, and we know what kind of sets to put in. Guys, I am seeing something right down there. What is that? We got an otter right there. I hope that otter has a trap on its foot. Guys, It does have a trap on its foot, but it is not the trap we were missing. It was the trap we had set here with the hole. So there you go, guys. Make sure even when you're setting, I was hoping to get a mink in this set. The mink didn't happen. The otter did. And the otter's a lot more powerful animal, more muscle, more strength than a mink. So make sure that you got those traps anchored good. Because if we didn't have this one anchored good, then we would have another trap missing there, guys. So, yep. Well, there you go. There's one otter. Now catching this otter, if you didn't know what those tracks were back there in that sand, you got any better idea now what those tracks might have been? Now, wishing we'd have had that 330 set up there on that end. All right, guys, he just couldn't resist. He couldn't resist checking that trap out, that hole that we made. All right, guys, so right there is our pocket still there where we caught him. We knew something couldn't resist checking that new hole out. So we're gonna get him out of this trap, and we're gonna get it reset back there. And got a pretty decent pad catch there on that front foot. Guys, I'm just gonna work this sliding mechanism back up this rod. It's just a miniature version of the beaver rods that we use. All right, here we go. Get this trap reset and get it placed back down in there. And guys, we want to put that loose jaw toward the bank. We're just going to kind of flatten that trap bed out just a little bit. Make sure that trap's in there good. Right on that little shelf that we made. There we go, guys. We're just going to stick this stick back up here for a marker and to block it down to have them go up against that bank when they're over here checking that hole out. So there we go. That's reset. Guys, we're going to get back up here to the truck and head on over there to that other ditch we got set right now. And see if something might have happened there last night. All right, guys, we're over at this other ditch. Just went down there and turned around, come back, and we got something caught right there on top of that dam. I figured we about had all them guys cleaned and out of here. You guys see him yet? Another smaller muskrat. He got up here on the bank, got tangled up, and didn't get back in the water and drowned. So yeah, there's your muskrat, a little white tip tail on him. This colony here is just got those little white tips on them. So there you go, guys. Definitely don't want to stick your hand down there and grab a hold of him. All right, guys, you can tell our 330 is clogged up down here, but I'm gonna get this little guy taken care of, get this trap set back over here, and get that 330 cleaned out, get it where it's working, and we'll get these other traps checked real quick. I'm just gonna set that trap right there, guys, right in that same little opening. My foot's, I sunk down about knee deep there. All right, right there where they're gonna come across that, we can take some sticks, do some guiding just like we do all our other sets, guys. So just pile up some of that debris there. And set it right along the edge of those jaws. That's gonna bring them right through that one point, guys. So our foothold's still set. These traps are still set when I come through there, guys. So I'm gonna step right down here and get this 330 cleaned out to where it's working if something comes through. Guys, I mentioned it before, but you don't want to just stick your hand into that trap to pull that grass and stuff out. You got to be wise about it and careful. We're going to try to do it with a stick here without having to reset it. But we've had right at freezing temperatures, and all that grass and stuff there is frozen in there, but I'm going to try to pull that stuff out of there, kind of open that up. All right, guys, we're going to call that good. And we're going to get over there to that bridge, get those sets checked. And I may stop back by that big pond, that ditch, go check that new area of it out, and may get a few sets put out there. Anyway, I'll check back in with you when we get to this bridge here, guys. All right, guys, we're back here at the bridge. I can see this trap here still set. I can see the pan in the water. Trap opened up. Step over here and look at this side. All right, guys, our 330 still opened up there where we had the small one caught yesterday. Right here we can see our TS-85 is still sitting there in the water. So actually, I think that was a Bridger 5. Anyway, that foothold's still there, so nothing there, guys. So that's the way it goes. One day you'll have a couple of beaver and a couple of traps that's been sitting, and the next day you'll show up and you won't have no beaver, but you'll have an otter and a muskrat and traps you weren't expecting them in. So yeah, guys, that's trapping. I think since I didn't get just a ton of footage today, so I think I may run back over there to that one ditch where the big pond's at, and see if we can get back in there and find that big dam where those beaver have been staying and working. And I think we probably caught the 2 adults out of that colony coming down to repair the dams after that rain. They were coming down to the very beginning, checking the dams to repair the dams, and we picked them up in the sets that we had set there. I think I'll run up there and check that dam. We'll see about getting some more sets put in it, show you guys. Guys, I showed y'all some cat set locations yesterday where I put out that carcass pile and hope to start getting some traps put in. But I wanted to show you this area right here. So we've got this old pond in here that's grown up, a lot of brush around it. We've got this power right of way that comes through here. It's all overgrown, hadn't been bush hogged in several years. And then behind it you've got pretty thick briar, bramble. But right here, guys, every morning I come by here and I see this trail. I think, man, what an awesome spot to put a trap. You got this trail coming over right here. Guys, you can tell it goes right beside that pond and back into the woods. And all that grass, all that really thick stuff, those predators are going to be in there hunting. And they're going to stay in these thickets like this. So anyway, just wanted to give you an idea. This right here would be an ideal location to throw some predator sets out. All right, guys, so we're just on farther up that ditch from where we got that big pond set. And I was really expecting that dam to be right in here because they got these two creeks that come together. So I was expecting it to be pretty close right in here, but I'm not seeing it. So we're going to do a little bit of scouting, try to locate where those beaver are at. They got a little crossing right over here. With the water level being as low as it is here, we know that dam's going to be back this direction somewhere, back toward that other property. So I'm going to get over and check it out. Okay, I think we're just going to go for a walk. We'll just get down in this ditch and we'll just walk. It's dry enough we can walk it for a little ways, so we'll just walk the bottom of this ditch and see what we see along the way. And guys, if you got a property like this close to you and you're a big ditch that runs through and you're interested in trapping, I've mentioned it before in the other videos, but just get down in these ditches and just walk them. And you're going to notice all kinds of sign, all kinds of places to set. You're going to have every critter that's in the area, no matter what type of fur it is. They're going to be using these ditches as travel ways and as places, food sources. So just every once in a while, take the time. And, I mean, look at all these burrows and holes underneath all these cut banks. You can tell where all those critters are using it. You can just look for tracks and go from there. All right, guys, I walked this ditch for a pretty good ways and not seen any, not run across that dam. So I guess I misunderstood that property owner. And guys, that's going to happen a lot. That's going to happen a whole lot whenever you're trapping animals and the property owners aren't familiar with those animals. Right here, some tracks, some raccoon tracks. But yeah, guys, just be aware that when you're talking to other people that's not a trapper, that's not handling the type of animals that you're handling on a daily basis, a lot of times your information is going to get screwed between the two of you because you do understand that animal's behavior and you're assuming that who you're talking to also understands it. So the stuff that you're saying back and forth to each other is not, it's registering, but it's not always received the same way. I've done okay describing that, but yeah, guys, just be aware that that's going to happen. I saw somebody posted in a trapping Facebook group that he was doing some beaver trapping. I don't remember who it is. I'm sorry if you're watching, but he was doing some beaver trapping control work for a property owner, and that property owner said he's seen 5 or 6 beavers out there in the middle of his pond just swimming around and playing. Well, that property owner has no doubt whatsoever that those were beaver, but anybody that's a trapper knows that what he saw out in the middle of that pond was actually otter out there playing, a group of otter. So that's just one example, guys, and when you get out here and you start doing a bunch of trapping, it won't take you long and you'll have yourself a whole bunch more examples. But anyway, I'm gonna hop in a truck. Instead of walking this ditch, I'm gonna hop in a truck, run down the property to another gate that accesses this ditch, and we'll walk it back from where the flooded water is. We'll walk it back up to that dam, and we'll get it found. All right, guys, so right here you guys see that 10, that ditch grate there. On the other side of that, you can actually see behind it over there's a dock to that pond that we've been trapping, and this ditch right down there is where we got our traps. Now there's no dam all the way up to this fence. I walked it all when I scouted it, and guys, just following this ditch on up here, you can see there looks like there possibly was a dam right there, but it's not there anymore. The property owner talking, I'm pretty sure he didn't dig that out, and it may have got washed out when we got all that rain. Let's see if we can walk down here and see if it's possible to cross this ditch here in my hip boots. And guys, I'm gonna say I'm about knee deep right here in water, and I'm able to walk across it. Now, that property owner might have this built up, or maybe there's a little dam on this little intake right here. I didn't hit a run coming across there. A hard bottom, solid run that those beavers are using to go back and forth. Yeah, there's not gonna be anything here, guys. So right up here around this next bend is where we've got our sets at. So I'm not sure, guys, what that property owner was telling me the other day. I definitely misunderstood him, because I was thinking on up here across this cattle pasture, on down there in that other corner is a dam, and there obviously wasn't a dam there this morning. I'm not seeing any chew sticks, fresh chew sticks washed up right here, and it should be holding all the rain we've had. There should be some, even behind that other 10 there should be some fresh chew sticks washed up in that brush pile, and I didn't see any. There's not any right here either. So that tells me that those beaver are not living back up this way. And of course that puts us right back at square one as to why I haven't been catching them. And it goes to show again, just when you think you've got trapping figured out, all of a sudden you realize you don't. There's another ditch that goes back up, splits off right here and goes up. But looking right here at the mouth of it, guys, I don't believe it's gonna have a dam on it either. It might have. We'll get back over there and walk up it and see if there's a dam in it. All right, guys, I walked over here, gonna walk over to that ditch, but he's got an electric fence strung down this side, and I don't want to get into that. So I didn't get over there to look at this ditch, but I'm pretty sure it's not in it. I can get up here on the highway here in a minute and look back, and that ditch is dry, has been being dry. So I don't know what happened. I'll have to give him a call and get back with him and go from there. But guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.